Let's be honest, most developer portfolios are forgettable. They use the same templates, the same layouts, and the same designs, and recruiters can spot that immediately. In 2026, having HTML and CSS on your resume isn't enough. You need proof that you can build something real. That's exactly what we're doing today. We're starting from a completely blank VS Code window and building a professional portfolio website from scratch. We'll create multiple pages, we'll make it fully responsive, we'll optimize it for performance, we'll add accessibility features, and we'll use modern CSS techniques that employers actually want to see. By the end of this lesson, you'll have a project you can proudly put on GitHub, LinkedIn, and your resume. Let's get started. Every successful project starts with a plan. Our portfolio will have 5 pages: a home page, an about page, a projects page, a blog page, and a contact page. We'll build everything using the HTML and CSS skills you've learned throughout this course. No frameworks, no shortcuts, just modern web development fundamentals. Inside VS Code, create a new project folder, then create the basic file structure. We'll have our HTML pages, a CSS folder, an images folder, and an assets folder. Now let's create our first HTML document. Start with the HTML boilerplate, add the charset meta tag, add the viewport meta tag, add a description for SEO, and connect the style sheet. This setup gives us a solid foundation for every page in the project. Before styling individual sections, let's create a design system. We'll define CSS variables, colors, spacing, border radius, container width, and transitions. This is one of the biggest habits that separates beginners from professionals. Instead of repeating values everywhere, we define them once and reuse them. If we ever want to change the site's colors, we only update a few variables. That's the power of CSS custom properties. Now let's add a basic CSS reset. Remove default margins and padding, set box sizing to border box, and establish a clean typography foundation. Next, let's build the navigation bar. We'll use semantic HTML, a header element, a nav element, and an unordered list for the links. Now let's style it with Flexbox. We'll align everything horizontally, we'll create space between the logo and navigation links, and we'll center everything vertically. Just like that, we already have a professional navigation layout. This is one of those moments where HTML and CSS start feeling powerful. If you're enjoying the course so far, subscribe and continue building along with me. The best part of this project is still ahead. Now let's build the hero section. This is the first thing visitors will see. We'll add a strong heading, a short introduction, and a call to action button. For the layout, we'll use CSS Grid. Grid makes centering content incredibly simple. Next, let's add a modern gradient background. Instantly, the page feels more polished and professional. Notice how we're keeping things simple. Good design isn't about adding more. It's about making smart choices. Take a look at what we've built so far. We have a working navigation, a clean hero section, and a modern visual design. This is already starting to look like a real portfolio. If you're coding along, now is a great time to download the summary notes and code snippets. That way, you can focus on learning instead of constantly pausing the video. Now let's create the project section. Each project will use an article element. That's semantic HTML in action. For the layout, we'll use CSS Grid again, this time with AutoFit and Minmax. These two features are game changers. As the screen size changes, the grid automatically adapts. No complicated media queries, no extra work, just responsive layouts built directly into the grid. This is one of the reasons modern CSS is so powerful. Now let's take things a step further. We're going to use container queries. This is one of the biggest CSS improvements in recent years. Instead of responding to the screen size, components respond to their own container. That means your cards become smarter and more reusable. As developers, that's exactly what we want. Reusable components that work everywhere. Next, let's improve accessibility. We'll add ARIA labels where needed. We'll add meaningful alt text to images. And we'll create visible focus states for keyboard users. Accessibility isn't an extra feature, it's part of building professional websites. A portfolio should be usable by everyone, and employers notice when developers take accessibility seriously. Now let's optimize performance. We'll lazy load images. We'll pre-connect to external resources, and we'll avoid unnecessary assets. These small improvements can have a huge impact on page speed. Performance affects user experience, it affects SEO, and it affects hiring decisions when recruiters review your work. Fast websites win. Now let's add a little polish. We'll create subtle hover effects. Cards will lift slightly when hovered. Buttons will scale smoothly. Notice that we're not overdoing it. The goal is not to distract users. The goal is to make the interface feel responsive and alive. Professional animations are usually subtle. That's what makes them effective. We fix the header by using Flexbox so the logo, navigation, and profile align properly. Then we improved responsiveness by adjusting the hero height and making all project images scale correctly. Now it's your turn. I want you to extend this project. Create a brand new testimonials page. Add 3 testimonial cards. Use semantic HTML, make it responsive with grid, and add smooth hover effects. For a bonus challenge, try using container queries. The more you customize this project, the stronger your portfolio becomes. Let's look at what we've accomplished. We built a complete multi-page portfolio website. We used semantic HTML. We created responsive layouts. We implemented accessibility improvements. We optimized performance. And we used modern CSS features throughout the project. This is no longer a practice exercise. This is a real project you can showcase, a project that demonstrates your skills, a project that proves you understand modern web development, and most importantly, a project that helps you stand out. Before you leave, take the quiz linked in the description. It's designed to help you remember the concepts we've covered today. Also, let me know in the comments, which feature impressed you the most? CSS Grid, container queries, or CSS Variables? If this project helped you level up, hit like and share it with another developer. In the next episode, we dive into accessibility, A11Y, ARIA roles, WCAG 2.2, keyboard navigation, screen readers, and contrast ratios, so you can build websites that work for everyone.